In this video, we are going to learn how to remove vowels from the given string and return a new string. Hello, I'm Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in your interview preparation anyways, I will be happy. I have created a playlist Python interview questions 51 to 100 and I will be tagging this video to that playlist. Now let's see the sample input data and you can talk about the question in detail. So we are given a string growwithdata and they're asked to remove all the vowels from this string. So if you take this value, so the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So if I want to remove the vowels, so G, R, O will be gone, W, I will be gone, T, H, A will be gone. So this is the expected output. So how to do this in a program? Okay, let's start with our normal for loop. So let's go with a function, growwithdata. The input is a string and we are going to have a variable to store the output value. Make it as a string. Now I'm going to save a variable which has all the vowels in it. For example, check equal to, I'm going to create as a set, not as a list. A, E, I, O, and U. So this set will have all the vowels. Now I'm going to loop in the input string. I'm going to read every element from that. For I in the input string, I'm going to check if not I dot lower in the set. So I put lower because you have the growth data, you have few capital letters and few small letters. So just to make everything neutral, I'm creating a lowercase. So make sure all the elements are compared with the lowercase vowels. So if the input character it's not with the check, then the output variable is going to get that element plus equal to the element. Now, after you're done with the loop, you return the output variable. Let's call the function growwithdata. So if you see this, all the vowels are gone. So what's happening here? We are having a set which has all the vowels in it, and then from this step we are reading every element from the string. So the first element is G. So it will check if the G dot lower, that means the smaller G in the set. So G is not in the vowel set, then it says no. So the output will concatenate the G. So the output equal to G. Now it goes to the second element, which is R. So R will come and check R in the check, the AEIOU, it's not. So it comes here and it increments. We are doing G, right? So G, now it's G, R, and then goes to the next loop. The next one is O. So it comes here, it checks whether if O exists in check, it's yes. So it don't go inside the loop, it just goes back again, and then it will get the next one, which is W, and then continues. So whenever there is a vowel and it checks that it's in the set, then it skips, and then it just concatenate only those elements which are not vowels, and we are just output this, right? So this is a very simple code. Now we are going to do some more input parameter and see if it's going to work. So we have the assert function and it works. If it's going to be blank, what happens? So if it's going to be blank, then it should be blank, right? So you just try the edge cases. This one address the edge case. If not, you can directly say, if not yes, then you return blank. Since you have the output as blank, it just takes care of it. But if you want to explicitly say it, you can add additional condition. If not yes, then you return a blank space. So however you want to address it. Okay. Now we have this function. Now let's see if we can fine tune this code. I'm going here, get the function back. We are doing the check equal to AIOU, right? So this is vowel. We have only 5 elements. We just simply doing that. If there is going to be a comparison of a longer string, then how we can do that? So instead of doing a separate element, what we can do is we say A, E, I, O, U, and then you convert that to a set. So even that will return the complete output. So instead of saying check equal to this, you simply say set of A, E, I, O, U. So that is the first part. So this will create the same variable elements. Okay. The next one is, let's run and see if it works. You get the same output, right? Fine. The next part is why we use set. Why can't we use a list, right? So list also do the same thing. So I'm just taking this off. I'm going to say check equal to a list part of it. I can do the same way. Instead of set, if I say list, it brings the same value. So why are we doing a set? Why not we are trying the list part? So both works the same, right? So there are few advantage when you use the set function. The first one is the membership testing. So here we are taking every element and we are checking whether that's in the set variable. So set variable, they are using the hash based storage. So it's like a pointer. So whenever you look for an element, it directly go and check the pointer and returns true or false. But list is not like that. List is a ordered set. So if you want to check if an element exists in a list, it will go through the whole list and check if it exists or not. So when you set, the time complexity is going to be O of 1. But when you use a list, then the time complexity is going to be O of n for every time you check something exists in the list. So that's the main advantage of using set. This is a small element, so you don't see much difference, but the longer one, set is preferred. The second one is the duplicate elimination. Since we are doing a string like this, right? So if I say A, the list is going to create all the elements, but when you say set, it will just take only the distinct part of it. So you can eliminate duplicates. You don't have to do extra effort to check on the duplicates. The third one is the semantic clarity. So if I have a code which says set, that means it's explicitly saying that I'm interested only in the distinct value of that. I'm not interested in the duplicate part of it. So it's easy and the code is more readable and maintainable. So that's the advantage of using set. The third part is we can do this for loop and if condition into a list comprehension. So how to convert that to list comprehension? We normally did that before. Output equal to for I in yes. And if you put this if condition, if the I dot lower not in the check, then you bring I. So you don't have to increment that all. So now you can return output. But when you return output, what happens? It's going to be a list part of it, right? So let's disable this and then see how it behaves. So grow with data. Yes. So if I do that, oh, okay, can you do this? So if I run this, it will get the string as each element, right? So each element individually brings out. So if I want to add this up, we did that before. We used the join function without any delimiter, dot join and give the list part of it. So it will bring all the elements into one string. So now if you test for multiple test cases, it's going to give the result. So instead of adding a parameter, so you don't have to bring that variable, right? And you can clean up this. So instead of doing a variable and then joining it, we can directly take this and give it here. So in that way, we save the parameter variable. If I run this, it gets the same result. Even then, I don't have to have a separate variable for this. I can put this here. So I can eliminate this. So I can have the whole process goes in a single line. So what I did, I am going for a for loop to read each element, and then I'm checking if that element in the set of vowels. If it's not, then you store that element, and then at the end you join all the elements and make as a string, and you check that value. So as I always said, there's always space for improvement. So keep learning and grow with data. So initially when you start with the code, you had a complete looping process, and you have a couple of restrictions on the declaration part, right? Set or list, and then what is going to be the output parameter and all that. But end of the result, we just put everything in one list comprehension and join that output. So if you want to see this code, you go to growwithdata playlist. This is going to be in the Python interview questions 51 to 100. If you want to see the Tamil version of it, you have Tamil Python interview 51 to 100. English is here. So if you go to Python interview questions, the description part, you have the GitHub link. That will take you to the code base where you can see all the code we discussed in this video. So this one is the 67th, and you have all that exercise we talked about now. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, there is a link here. You can use this and join Growth Data WhatsApp channel. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.